What is up, guys, and welcome to my very first movie review. And today I'm going to be talking about one of my all-time favorites and the main reason why I don't go swimming into the beach, Jaws. So Jaws is the 1975 classic horror film directed by Steven Spielberg and is based off the novel the same name by Peter Benchley, which in fact I do own, and the story is simple. A bunch of beach swimmers are mysteriously dying off the coast of Amity Island, and the chief of police, Martin Brody, believes these deaths to be the hands of a killer shark, but has a hard time convincing people to believe him. But as more deaths keep occurring, it finally takes Chief Brody, marine biologist Matt Hooper, and shark hunter Quint to go out on a hunt and kill this shark. And making the movie was just as scary as the film itself. They started a movie without a script, without any actors, a 27-year-old director filming his second major motion picture, and a mechanical shark that did not work throughout most of filming. They were 100 days past film schedule and doubled the original budget, becoming one of the most expensive movies ever made at its time. Jaws was expected to be a major flop in Hollywood with no sign of hope, and boy, were they wrong. This movie was a humongous hit in 1975 and surpassed expectations by becoming the highest grossing film of its time and is even considered to be the first ever blockbuster film. This is one of the earliest films I remember watching at the age of 3, which is probably not the most healthiest thing to watch when you're that young. I mean, sure, I was terrified, but at the same time, I was just so blown away on how spectacular this film is. From beginning to end, this movie is completely flawless. There is not one single thing that I hate about this movie. There's so much to love about it. It is definitely a Spielberg masterpiece. Unlike most modern day shark movies where people just go into a theater and just watch a shark eating one-dimensional people, Jaws adds so much more than that. Here we are given real characters that we actually care about and we can invest our time into. Everyone in this movie is so likable and well written. There's so much depth to it that you actually get attached to these characters and hope that nothing bad ever happens to them. Now let's talk about the 3 R's: Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, and Richard Dreyfuss. All 3 of them are different in their own way, but they come together as this perfect trio. And what I love about them is their chemistry. These guys have the best on-screen chemistry that I ever seen in a film. And it's not just about them catching the shark, it's really just how they interact with one another. Like in the scene where they're talking about each other's scars and joking around, laughing and singing. It doesn't feel like that they're just actors saying their lines. It really feels like real people having a conversation. If you were to actually tell me who was actually the best out of the 3, I can't pick. They're that good. I also really like the relationship between Brody and his wife Ellen. It really brings out the human side of this story, and it shows them trying to do everything in their power of trying to keep them and their kids safe during these harsh times. You even have the mayor that you love to hate. He wants to keep the beaches open because of the tourist profits, but at the same time, it even leaves you in suspense and wondering what's going to happen because of these consequences. Now let's talk about the direction of the film. The way how they handle this shark is pure genius. Now instead of them showing the shark like some kind of B-rated monster film, we don't even see the shark for the first half of the movie, and that's what works about it. We are given great usages like floating barrels or docks moving around, or even seeing the shark's point of view, and it just lets our imagination bring this monster to life. It's the fear of the unknown that makes it more scary than what it actually is. And let's not forget the theme song. Those 2 simple notes is what changed the entire tone of this film. Just in the very beginning of the movie where it's pitch black and we just see the title sequences and the theme song comes up, it is very unsettling and it does not have you having the chance to breathe, and that's what is so powerful about this score, and it is one of the most iconic, most recognized theme songs in the history of cinema. The first half of this movie is a horror suspense film and then slowly transitions into a thrilling adventure film. It's got all these subgenres of drama and comedy into it as well. There's a little bit of everything for people to enjoy, and it balances out so well. One of the best scenes in this film doesn't even involve the shark. It's Quint's monologue about the USS Indianapolis, about his traumatic experiences with sharks and why he despises them. Acted perfectly by Robert Shaw, God rest his soul. We also get the scene of Brody and his son imitating one another, and it is so touching. It is very heartwarming. That is Spielberg magic right there. Now let's talk about the main antagonist of this film, the shark. I've seen a lot of shark movies in my life, and for this being a 1970s film, this is still the most realistic shark I've ever seen put on screen, which is so damn impressive because it holds up very well to this day. But it's also kind of sad because we live in a day and age where special effects have improved, yet we can't make a killer shark look as real as possible to what happened 40 years ago. I've rewatched this movie and I've noticed some very small details on some things that I did not pick up when I was a kid growing up. We get small cameos like the author Peter Benchley as a local news reporter and Steven Spielberg's voice appearing on Quint's radio. And then we have two shots where in real life a meteor shower did occur and we can see it in the background. It's not mainly part of the review, but I just wanted to add to it because it was just so interesting about it. This movie has revolutionized cinema and has had a big influence on actors and filmmakers alike. Plus, there will later be countless inspirations and rip-off films based off a man-eating sea creature, but none of them have ever come close to what the legacy Jaws has left. To this day, Jaws is still the greatest shark movie of all time. This movie never gets old and will stand the test of time for more generations to come and enjoy this film. Jaws gets a perfect 10 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching this video. I will be posting more movie reviews in the future and hopefully to get them out as soon as possible. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and until then, I'll see you in the next video.